What up, folks? I'm back once again doing another video game review, and this time I'm reviewing Attack of the Killer Tomatoes that was released on the NES. It was made by THQ. Now, this game is pretty much based off of the dark horror comedy Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, which also had a short-lived TV show. Well, it was pretty much a cartoon, but it was still short-lived. And the plot of Attack of the Killer Tomatoes for NES is that Dr. Gangrene is trying to take over the earth by using his army of killer tomatoes, and it's pretty much up to Chad Finletter to stop Dr. Gangrene from doing that, and he pretty much gets help from his friends throughout the course of the game. It's kind of like I guess they give him advice or give him items here and there, but this is pretty much what happens, and then in Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, there's pretty much 5 stages in the entire game, and it is pretty much divided into different sections. I guess the number of sections is dependent on the stage itself, and there are like 3 items that you use throughout the course of the game, which are a bag of fertilizers, which is pretty much practically the most useless item that you can grab in the NES game, and you also have a couple of lunch bags, which the only thing it does is fill your health up. But the main problem of this game, I'll get it to this, which is pretty much there's no weapons at all that you can use against the Killer Tomatoes. You know what I'm saying? The main problem is this doesn't make any sense to make a game, whether it's based off of a movie or not, that has no weapons in the game. So even Alien 3, that was made by Alien, had weapons in it, even though the movie that was based on just didn't have any weapons in it. Was had one alien to begin with, so it was pretty pointless for them to not have any weapons in Attack of the Killer Tomatoes for NES, even though other games on the NES and other consoles also pretty much have you use different weapons, regardless if it's an RPG, first-person shooter, platformer, whatever, beat 'em ups, So it really didn't make no sense for them to not have weapons in this game. It was an outright bad program decision to do that. So even Jekyll and Hyde has a couple of weapons you can use as a Jekyll. You pretty much have a cane, which is usually in and of itself, but at least you have a weapon. You know what I'm saying? So it just the fact that they don't have any weapons in this game for you to use is a major head scratcher, in my opinion. Now, graphics and gameplay. I'll get the gameplay in a minute, but the graphics and like stage design of Attack of the Killer Tomatoes are pretty good. You know what I'm saying? I have pretty much no like big time complaints about it. You know what I'm saying? And it really has good sprites and color palettes in the game. Now, like I said, with the gameplay, the jumping is pretty good. It has no lag to it, but at the same time, it's just flawed with the fact that it has no weapons for you to use, and it was like real stupid for THQ not to include not to include weapons. I know I'm harping on it, but it's kind of like, why would they do that? You know what I'm saying? And the soundtrack is pretty decent. And I have no big time issue with the soundtrack for the game, and it does fit it. And one thing I noticed about the Killer Tomatoes in the game is that it likes variety in terms of the different types of Killer Tomatoes. They could have used it as an opportunity, the movies and the cartoon as an opportunity to just have different faces to be drawn on each tomato. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, but the only two types of killer tomatoes that's in the game is like small ones and big ones that's like the size of a basketball. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like they could have did more with the enemies too, in terms of the different types. Now, from overall perspective, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes is a decent game, but it's just I just can't really recommend this game because of because there's no weapons to it. You know what I'm saying? So why should I like really recommend it like that? That is like the pretty much that's the biggest flaw of the game. No weapons. But as far as the score, it is like I will give it a 6 because pretty mainly because of the graphics, stage design, and the music are pretty decent from this when you put those three all together. You know. Now, with that being said, if you played this particular game, you can mention it on the in the comment section. If you have noticed the same particular flaw that I mentioned in this video, you can mention that also. If you like this review of Attack of the Killer Tomatoes for NES, don't hesitate to click the thumbs up button. You can share this video on Twitter or Facebook or whatever you choose to share it on. And don't forget to subscribe. This is your boy Big Metroid Fan 12 signing off.